Through the dead of night, Karen from the HOA stormed into the stables on my ranch, her eyes blazing with malice. Clutching a canister, she sprinkled something into the feed troughs as the horses thrashed in panic, their whinnies tearing through the silence. She didn't notice the cameras tracking her every move. My fist clenched, heart pounding like a hammer. "You've gone too far, Karen," I thought, charging toward the stables. And now, here's how it all began. For 3 generations, my family has held this ranch. Grandpa used to say the new neighbors, with their manicured lawns and plastic cowboy hats on their porches, were just city folk playing at being farmers. He'd have laughed at their ranches pristine as a postcard, but soulless. Grandpa's been gone 5 years, and now I stand alone on 200 acres of land soaked in sweat, blood, and a promise I made him on his final days. Don't let this land slip away. Son, I was just a kid when he taught me to handle horses, mend fences, and keep my word. This land isn't just dirt, it's our legacy. The morning started like any other, checking fences, the smell of hay, and the distant bark of dogs. Then I saw them dozens of orange stakes driven into my pasture. A trail cut through my best grazing land, each stake tagged, "Property of Silver Creek Meadows, HOA." I yanked one out when I heard the screech of tires. Karen stepped out of a gleaming white Range Rover, her white blouse dazzling in the sun. An iPad was clutched to her chest like a shield.
"Mr. Kent, you're obstructing our community enhancement project."
"Ma'am, this is private property. It was before Texas was even a state." She tapped her iPad, her manicured nail sharp as her spite.
"You're mistaken. Our charter grants access to the creek via a historic trail. We're restoring it."
"The only trail here leads to the cattle's watering hole. It's not for your yoga classes." Karen's smile froze.
"Mr. Kent, times are changing. Complaints about the smell, noise, and your unsanitary junk are already filed. This is just the start."
Grandpa's anger surged in me. "This is a working ranch, not your petting zoo." She spun around, heels grinding into the gravel.
"The board meets next week. Come, we'll discuss your violations."
I called Bill Martinez, a neighbor whose ranch is older than mine. "Violations?" Bill chuckled over the phone. "You can't break rules you never agreed to, but watch out. That snake ruins everyone's life." I eyed the new houses sprouting along my fence like weeds. This trail would slice my pasture in half. Grandpa told me, handing over the ranch deeds, "This land's more than dirt, son. It's blood, sweat, and promises. Don't let it be taken." I pulled another stake, hearing the horses neigh in the distance. Karen circled my fence again. The war for Kent's ranch had begun. 3 days later, I woke to shouts. A crowd from the meadows, all in matching tracksuits, swarmed my cattle pen, with Karen leading like a general, waving her iPad.
"These animals are a health hazard. The stench is tanking our property values."
I pulled on my boots, fury burning in my chest. At the pen, my foreman Miguel fended off the onslaught.
"Per Municipal Code 47.3, livestock must be 500 feet from homes. Your pen's illegal."
"That code doesn't apply to land that was agricultural before your houses. This pen's been here 60 years. Then Sarah Chun, our vet, roared up with her medical bag. Her arrival made the crowd back off.
"Trouble? I'm here for the herd's quarterly checkup. All by the book."
Karen narrowed her eyes.
"Doctor, how convenient. We're discussing the health threat from these animals."
Sarah pulled out a battered tablet.
"Threat? I've got records. This ranch is top tier for standards."
But Karen didn't back down, pointing at the creek.
"What about water rights? Our residents complain of brown tap water. Your cattle pollute the creek."
"That creek's watered my herd for 3 generations. If your water's brown, check your shoddy plumbing."
"The board will hear about this, and don't think your defiance of the HOA will go unpunished."
"Defiance? This ranch was here before your HOA was even a thought." One of the bulls bellowed, making Karen flinch. Sarah barely hid a smile, heading to the pen. Karen shouted after me,
"The board meets again tomorrow. We'll discuss mandatory membership for all nearby plots. Come, or you'll hear from our lawyers."
Sarah caught up to me.
"They tried to bully Bill last month. Said his horses ruined their sunset yoga."
"How'd he handle it?" I asked.
"Bill started lasso training at dusk. Called it a cultural tradition."
I grinned, but it faded fast. Rezoning's no empty threat. I'd seen other ranches fall under piles of paperwork and fines. Sarah added quietly.
Go to the meeting. I heard they want everyone on their water treatment plant. At their rates, of course.
The HOA meeting felt like a battlefield. Bill Martinez sat beside me, his hat a silent challenge. Sarah brought environmental reports. Karen stood at the front, her iPad projecting my ranch, smiling like a predator.
Kent's Ranch blocks our community's progress. Today, we vote to modernize this area.
I spotted fresh drone photos. You flew drones over my land?
We document violations, like your dangerous animals.
A video showed my horses grazing, a woman in designer clothes feeding them through the fence. That's trespassing, I said. Those horses are worth more than your Range Rover.
They're a threat. We're voting to move your cattle far from our homes.
Bill stood, voice booming. You can't control private land. This is a sham. Karen snorted.
You're not even HOA, Martinez.
Bill leaned in. I've seen you bully every rancher. First me, then the Hendersons, now Kent. Sarah opened her tablet.
Data shows moving cattle harms them. County rules protect ranches.
Karen flushed.
This is about progress, not rules.
Grandpa's memory ignited me. I stood, phone in hand. Times change, Karen. I've got security footage of you cutting my fence last night. Silence gripped the room. Karen, caught with bolt cutters, stammered.
I removed a hazard.
You wanted my horses to escape, I snapped. That's a crime in Texas. Karen fled, clutching her iPad. Sarah whispered,
She won't stop.
Neither will I. Thunder rumbled as we left. A storm was brewing, literal, and not. The ranch alarm woke me. Cameras showed Karen's Range Rover at the gate. She wasn't alone, 3 cars, their headlights slicing through the rain. Boots sank in mud. Horses screamed in panic. A flash of lightning lit up Karen at the stable door as her crew scattered feed laced with chemicals. Police! Trespassers at Kent's Ranch! They're trying to poison the horses! Karen spotted me, her voice cutting through the wind.
You're done, Kent. When they find these sick horses, your ranch is finished.
I charged at her. She shrieked and ran for her car but slipped in the mud. Her blouse, once pristine, was caked in grime. Police sirens wailed. Karen, sprawled in the mud, screamed at the cops.
It's his fault. He attacked me.
The cops hauled Karen off in handcuffs, her yells drowned by the rain. She got a harsh sentence, a year of community service, and a $50,000 fine for endangering livestock in Texas. That's no joke. The court ordered her to clean pens at my ranch every Saturday. She showed up, still in that white blouse, now stained with dirt, and silently shoveled manure under my watchful gaze.